everyone and welcome back to my Skillshop project series. In today's task 14, I will explain how I program the product updating process, how sellers can securely edit their products, how validation, authentication and image replacement works, and I will also explain each and every SQL query in detail. This update system ensures only the product owner can edit, proper validation is applied, image replacement is handled securely, old images are deleted properly, and database integrity is maintained. So let's start from the front page. Now first we will move on to the product edit.php file. So in here first we will start a session so we can access logged in user role and user ID. Then I have the database connection, and then I have the remember me auto login over here. So this means if user session is not active, then check remember me cookie. If valid, automatically log the user in. So this makes my system more persistent. Login enabled. And then I have the role and the login validation. So here it means that if not logged in, then go to the login page. And here if the user is logged in but not a seller, then redirect to the home. So this is a role based access control. Only sellers can edit products. Now we will move on to the product ownership validation. So here I have given a product ID variable that is assigned to a int value. So this gets the product ID from the URL. So over here I have checked whether the product ID is greater or equal to 0. If not, then take back to the location seller dashboard.php, and then after that I have taken the product result variable. So here I have a query which says that this product exists and the product belongs to the logged seller. So without the seller ID condition, seller could edit someone else's product by changing the URL. So this is a ownership enforcement. Then we have fetched the categories from the database. So for the category result variable, we have searched the ID and the name from the category table and sort it alphabetically by the name. Then I have looped this and store them so that it's more clean and scalable. And next I have the success and the error messages. So these are pasted via URL after the update, and then I have started my form structure over here. So this is the design for the product edit.php file. So in here first I have the I have the header. In here div class margin bottom 8. I have taken a link. So at the very top you can go back to the seller dashboard.php file if you click on this, and then I have a heading edit product and a paragraph that says update your product details, and then I have the success and error message same as in the product register.php file, and below that I have the edit form. So in this form first I have a ID product form and then n-type multi-part form data. So this is because we are uploading images. So for each and every input field I have loaded my current database values into these inputs. So these are the ones that I have already registered. So here in this loads the title, the description, and then the category, and after that the price, the level, the status, and the image. And if you see in the image section, if a product already has an image, then the seller sees the current image over here. So that means I can allow drag and drop, click upload, image preview, and remove the image. Now if I go to the JavaScript, here first I have taken the variables upload area, file input, image preview, preview image, remove image button, product form, and form message. Next I have a upload area click. So this means that if the user click on the load area, then it opens a file selector. Next in the drag and drop, so here this means that on drop, this manually assigns drop file into the input, and after that I have the image validation. So inside this I will validate the file type, the file size, the create preview. So this converts image into base64 for preview display. And below that I have the remove image add event listener. Below that I have the product submission. So this means that it stops the normal reload. And then I will create the form data by validating them. So here I will append all the fields: product ID, product title, description, category, price, level, and status. And lastly, the product image. So this form data is required for the file upload. So this sends the data to the backend without refreshing the page. So here it means that if it's a success, then in the URL show the product edit.php file, the product ID, and then the message success, product updated successfully. And in this try and catch block, I have also showed that if an error comes, then an error occurred, please try again. If this data doesn't go to the backend, then it shows this. And you can see the error in the console area. And below that I have the error handling functions. So in here I have got show error message. So in this function it shows red color and it scrolls to the message smoothly, and then it calls for the reset message, the form message. So the same things happens in the show success message. It adds a green styling to it. And then below that I have function reset. So in here it means that after 5 seconds it clears the URL parameters and prevents duplicate submissions, which makes the page more clean. Now first we will move on to the seller controller.php file. So in this file, first I have a class seller controller. So this class handles all the seller related database operations, seller products, seller orders, and the dashboard statistics. So this is a good practice, so we can keep the seller logic inside one controller. And below that, first I have a private user ID. So this means this stores the logged in seller's ID. And then I have a public function construct user ID. So this means that if I create an object, the logged in seller ID is stored inside the class. And then inside a private function I have fetched the results, query types and parameters. So this is a reusable helper function. This means it fetches all the rows, converts them into an array, and then returns the array. So this avoids repeating the same fetch logic everywhere. So in this function we have the get seller products. So from the product table we will get all the product columns, and then the total reviews, and then the average rating, and then if there is no rating then return 0, combine all those ratings into a comma list. And after that we have taken this from the product table, and then I have a left join. So this means it ensures the products show even if they have no reviews. And then I have in the where product seller ID. So this is a prepared statement parameter. I have taken I, so an integer, then this user ID. So this is a very clean query. And below that I have the get seller orders. In this query it will join the order table, the product table and the user table. So this allows we can get the order details, the product detail and the buyer's name, and then filter to product seller ID. So this seller only sees their order. And below that I have a public function get dashboard stats. So in this we have called the two previous methods, get seller products and get seller orders. And then I have the total earnings over here. So in this it says that extract only the total amount from the orders, and array sum means that add them, and if there's no orders then prevent the error. And below that I have the average rating. So in this I have an array column products average rating. So this means that it will add all the product average ratings and divide by number of the products and round to 1 decimal. And then inside a return I have called the total earnings, the total buyers count orders. So this counts the orders, not unique buyers. And then active products, the average rating count ratings that is greater than 0, and round the array sum ratings and divide it and divide the ratings by 1, and then the products and then the orders. Okay, next we will move on to the seller dashboard.php file. So in this file first I have included the header.php file, and then here we will check the role. So if it is a seller, and if it is not a seller then it will be redirected to the home.php file and then exit. And then we have required in the controllers folder the seller controller.php file. So in this we have the variable controller which is assigned to new seller controller, the user ID. So this means that the user ID comes from the session, then it is passed into the controller. Now the controller knows that which seller is logged in, and then after that we will fetch the dashboard data, and in this method it returns the products, the orders, the total earning, the total buyers and the active products, and lastly the average rating. And then we will extract the data. So in this I extract the data individual values from the dashboard array so I can use them easily in the, and then I have the tab system. So in here if the URL contains question mark tab that is equal to storefront, so it shows that tab, otherwise it shows the default tab dashboard. So this creates a simple tab navigation system using URL parameters. Now first I have a div class min age screen and background gray 50, and inside this I have first the tab navigation. So in this tab navigation, first I have given a class background white, border B, sticky top 16 and Z 40. Then I have another class max width 7XL, and then margin horizontally auto, then padding horizontally 4, small padding 6. Then I have for the large devices, this is for small devices, for large devices, and then flex gap 8. And inside this I have 3 links to the dashboard, the public store and the messages. So in this I have added PHP scriptlet. So this is a ternary operator. So in these scriptlets I have added the tab's name, dashboard, the storefront and the messages. So in this it means that if the user is in the dashboard, then apply the blue border and the blue text, otherwise apply the grey color. So this makes the active tab highlighted. And then later I have the dashboard tab. In this tab, first I have a PHP scriptlet. If the tab is equal to dashboard, then show these sections in the dashboard. So first I have the background white, shadow small, and then inside that section I have added a div class max width 7XL, margin auto, horizontally auto, and then padding horizontally 4, for small devices 6 and large devices 8, and then the padding vertically 8, then flex, justify between and item center. And inside another div I have added the heading dashboard and then a paragraph that says manage your skills earnings. And later, after closing the div, I have added a link plus new skills. So here I have added the link to the product register.php file, so I can add more skills in there. Next I have the statistics card section. So here I have 4 cards: the total earnings, total buyers, active skills and average rating. So first I have the total earnings. In this I have a PHP scriptlet that will echo the number format, so that total earnings and 2. So this means it formats the number to 2 decimal places, and below that I have echoed total buyers. So this means it displays the total orders count. And then below in the total buyers div I have also echoed the total buyers. So that means it shows the number of the buyers. And then next in the active skills I have echoed the active products. So it shows the total products created by a seller. And then lastly, in the last card I have average ratings. In this one I have echoed round the average rating and 1. So it means it rounds the rating to 1 decimal place, so we can show the ratings to the seller. And below this section we have the seller products list that the seller has already entered in the database. So first in a div class I have added medium call span 2, and inside that a heading your skills, and then a space by 3, and below that I have a PHP scriptlet for each seller products as product. So this loops through all the products of the seller. For each product it will echo the product title, the ratings, and then the product ID, and in this I have echoed the product ID so I can check which product it is and go to that ID and edit it. And then I have the status badge. So in this, if the status is active, then it shows the green badge, else it shows the red badge if the user's skill is inactive. So this visually indicates the product availability. And then lastly I have ended the for each and have closed the end if. Below all these I have included the footer.php file. Now lastly we will move on to the product update process.php file. So in this file, first we will handle the updating seller's product with validation, then we'll secure the image upload and the proper error handling. So first here we will check whether a session is started or not, and then I have a header, content type, text plain. So this sets the response type as plain text, since this file likely works with Ajax and it returns simple text like success, unauthorized or invalid category. And then below that I have required the database connection, and then in this I have taken the session value safely so I can check whether a user is logged in or not, or whether the user is a seller or a buyer. And then next I will stop the execution by exit. So this prevents buyers from updating product. And in this one I have taken the seller ID from the session. So in this we have first taken the ID in integer value, title, the description, the category also in int value, price float value, then level, then status. So in this, int value means it converts it to a integer, and the float value means it converts to decimal, and trim means it removes the extra spaces, and this question marks means that the null coalescing operator, if not set, use default. So this prevents invalid input types, which is secure for practices. So that I have the validation system. In this I have added a condition. So in this it means that each rule contains the condition and the error message. So here I have taken the title and checked if it is greater than 0 or not, and then checked whether it is less than 150 or equal to 150, and then the error message, title required max 150 characters. The same goes for the description, category, price, level and status. Then I have added a for each loop. So in this it means that I have taken the validation as a V. Here it means that instead of writing many statements, I have created a dynamic validation system. If any condition fails, then the system immediately stops and returns the error message, which is a very clean logic. And after that we have the category validation. So in this we will check if a user manipulates the HTML and sends fake category ID. So here we will double check it in the database. If the category doesn't exist, then it will echo product not found, exit. So this prevents the database corruption. And below that we will get the product ownership verification. So in here we have checked whether the product exists in the product table, and then if the product belongs to this seller. If not, it will echo product not found. So this prevents one seller editing another seller's product, which is a very important security feature. And below that I have taken the image upload system. In this we have the old image, the image URL and the file path as null. So here we will only proceed if the file exists and no upload error. And then in this I have checked the image variable $files product image, and then I have said that the MIME type validation. So I have validated that it should be a JPG file, PNG, or a WebP or a GIF. And in this line it says that this will check the actual file content type, not the extension, and if not, then stop it immediately. So this prevents malicious file upload. And below that we will check the file size. If the file size is greater than 5 megabytes, then echo image size must be less than 5 megabytes. And then we have created a upload directory if not exists. So in this it means that it will automatically create a folder if it's missing. And then here we have generated a unique file name. So it creates the seller's ID, the timestamp and a random string. So for example, this prevents the file override, guessable names, so it can be very secure. And then we will move the uploaded file. If it fails, it returns an error, failed to upload image, please try again. And then in a try and catch block, I have assigned to the result database query, update the product, set the category ID, the title, description, price, level, status, image URL, where the ID is, and the seller ID. So in this we have the ISSD, SSSII. So this means this is integer, a string, then a double, then a string, and then finally two integers. So this is a prepare statement binding which prevents the SQL injection. And in this I have an if structure. So this means that if a new image is uploaded, then update successful, and then unlinked means it will delete the old image. So here we have, inside the unlink, we have included the variable old path. So it means it deletes the old path if it exists. So this prevents unused files filling the storage. And if this is correctly done, then it will echo success, else it will echo update failed. And lastly, in the catch block, I have said that if the database fails, then delete the newly uploaded image and return the error message. So this prevents the broken status. Okay, so in here I have logged in as a seller, and if I go to the dashboard from this link or from this link, you can go to the dashboard and then you can toggle between the messages, public store and the dashboard. So in the dashboard page, first we have added the cards, total earnings, total buyer, active skills, average ratings, and then under that we have added my skills, which I have added to the database. So in this it shows the product that is active and that is inactive, and if I edit in any of this, it will take you to the edit product page, and in this page I can edit the product title, the product description, the category, the price, the level and the status. And here also it shows that I can leave the product image empty to keep the current image. So it also shows the current image that I have already registered, or I can select a new file. So for this I will just change this to this and this too. I will just randomly add numbers and change the category to data science, and then in here I will say that I have mistakenly added the price at 105, and then here I will change the level to advanced and the status as inactive, and I will also add an image as this, and then update the product. So as you can see, it shows your product has been updated successfully, and then it shows the updated input fields over here and the updated image. Now if I go to the dashboard and check this, you can see it shows the cyber security for beginners 100, and it also shows the inactive status. Now also if I go to the database and refresh this, you can see this product title as cybersecurity for beginners 100, and this has been changed at this time and updated at this time. Now if I click on the edit and remove all these and change the data into the correct inputs, and also changed my image to the previous one and update the product, you can see that my product has been updated successfully, and it shows the link over here. And now if I go to the dashboard, it shows the status as active and the title as cybersecurity for beginners. In conclusion, task 14 successfully implements a secure and a fully functional product update system for sellers. The system ensures proper authentication, input validation, category verification, secure image handling, and database updates using prepared statements. Additionally, error handling and the old image cleanup mechanisms were implemented to maintain the system integrity and storage efficiency. So that completes my task 14 explanation. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.